Hello garden friends, today I'll be making a kokedama using a Gaster aloe flow. And what a kokedama is, or what it translates to, is moss ball. So it is basically wrapping this plant first with a ball of dirt, and then the ball of dirt is then wrapped with moss. And I have here the mixture of the soil mixture I'll be using, and there's equal parts of bonsai soil, cactus soil, and peat moss. And I don't use any measurements, I just use handfuls. I just do equal parts of each. And I used here some orchid moss, and I soaked it in some water. It's still very wet. And I should mention that I added about 3 or 4 cups of water to all of this, and I mixed it all up. And this is very important actually. You want it to be the consistency where it starts to form a ball in your hand. There's still plenty of water, as you can see, but once it starts to form a ball in your hand, that's the consistency that you want. You probably don't want to put that much more water in. You don't want it to become too mushy and watery. So I'm just gonna dive in. I'm just gonna take this out of its nursery pot. And it's pretty dry, but the root ball is still intact. So I'm going to use regular twine for this. I'm just going to try to wrap this up. So I'm just going to grab this piece, going to grab it with my opposite thumb, and just wrap it up. And I'm going to try to not lose that much dirt. Okay, so now that I've wrapped up the root ball, I'm going to use my scissors that I don't have with me. Whoops, alright, bear with me guys, sorry. Alright, missing my scissors here. So where was I? So now that I've wrapped up the root ball, I'm just going to cut a piece off. And I'm going to sneak this one right, the piece that I just cut, I sneaked it under one of the pieces of twine that was already wrapped. And I'm going to form a knot, just like that. And now it's for the messy part. Time to get dirty. So what I'm going to do with the soil mixture, I'm going to grab a little bit, kind of press it down with my thumb, and start right at the neck of the plant, and just press it down. And I'm going to go all the way around until I cover the entire root ball with dirt. That's why it's important for your soil to keep its form. It'll be a lot easier to form the kokedama. So as you're going, you want to form the ball with the palm of your hand, just gently. And with your thumb, you want to just press it down right at the neck. Okay, so I've got the bottom left. You can spread it with your fingers as well. But it's easy as that. As long as your dirt is nice and moist, you can just mold it up. If you see any holes where you can still see the root ball, you want to cover those up. I'm going to squeeze some excess water out of it. And there goes the dirt ball. So that's the first step to the kokedama. And this is going to kind of look like a pineapple. The shape of the succulent. Okay, so now for the orchid moss. And this is a little more challenging because the orchid moss doesn't tend to stay put like the dirt does. It's a little more stringy. But I do the same thing. I grab a little bit in my hand. I kind of press it down with my thumb, starting at the neck of the plant. I press it down and I kind of spread it with my fingers. It's also important to keep your kokedamas pretty small because these can get massive, like bowling balls. You don't want that. You want to still be able to hold it in your hand. It's easier to handle that way. If it gets too big and you can no longer hold it, then it starts to really fall apart. So I'm almost done with the moss. So what I have left to cover is the bottom. Spread it with my fingers, press it down. I'm running out of moss here, but I'm almost done here. Spread it with my fingers, press it down. And I have a bit more left here. Okay, I'm going to use the rest of this up. And that was about, the mixture here was about 3 handfuls of orchid moss. Probably didn't mention that, probably should. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently squeeze all that excess water, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to start to form a nice neat ball because it's kind of clumpy right now. So with my thumb, I'm going to press down on the neck. I'm going to start forming a neater ball. Get some of that water out. So as you can see, these are a lot of fun to make. If you don't mind getting a little messy, oh, this is right up your alley. And once you make one, oh, it's hard to stop. I have plenty of kokedamas. So just gonna squeeze that excess water. And just try to take your time, you know, don't rush it. Once you start to get more experience, and you can start making them faster. So, all right. So that is kokedama right there. So now it's time to wrap it up with twine. Okay, so as I wrap the root ball, I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to grab this piece here, I'm going to grab it with my opposite thumb right at the neck, and I'm going to go down and all the way up again. And I'm going to repeat this method until I've wrapped up the entire kokedama. Alright, so just to catch some water, I'm going to put this right under. And give yourself enough slack. So that now that I have those 2 pieces here holding down the first piece, I can let go. And I can focus on just wrapping the twine around. And as you can see, I'm kind of moving the ball this way as I wrap it with the twine. I hope you're capturing this, folks. Sorry if I am going too fast. I'm trying to take my time here. And as you go, you just naturally create this like crisscross kind of pattern. They're like X's or diamonds. And wherever there is a big hole like that, I need to put a piece of twine right on top of that, because what we're basically doing is keeping all of the dirt and the moss together, because this is where the kokedama, this is where the succulent or the plant is going to live. And they live quite a long time in that little dirt ball. I have maybe, the oldest kokedama I have is probably 2 years old. Still living in the same dirt ball I created for it. And I'm almost done here with the twine. But I'm getting tangled up over here. Sorry about that. So you see there's another big hole right there. I'm gonna put some twine right there, because you don't want that to fall out. Pretty much done with the twine. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna sneak it under one of these pieces, right into there. And that same piece, I'm gonna create a knot. Tie it up. And I'm just gonna cut that extra piece right there. And there you have it. You have your kokedama, and it's easy as that. This is pretty much it. People usually hang the kokedamas. They put a piece of twine up here and they hang it. I like to have mine sitting on my plant shelves. So I kind of like to press it down and create a base, so it'll sit nicely, so just like that. I've even seen some people just grab a regular terracotta pot and they place it right on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little extra, and I'm going to add some colored yarn to it. And I'm going to add some yellow yarn, just to give it a little spice. So just like I did with the twine, I'm going to grab this piece, press it down with the opposite thumb, and do the same wrapping technique. Starting to tangle up. Thought I had separated it. Ah, there it is. It's kind of adding the color to the kokedamas really makes it pop. And then you can actually see the pattern that it's creating, which are the little diamond shapes like that. And I kind of chose the color yellow just so it can really look like a pineapple. And I'm almost done with the yarn. Yeah. I think I'm done with the yarn. I'm going to cut a piece here. Sneak it under one of these pieces. And I'm going to create a knot. I'm going to have to place it down. Get a little tricky to get these knots on there, but I did it right there. Got a little dirty. And it is officially done. So if you want to hang it, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm probably going to want it to look this way, just like that. So I'm going to just cut a piece of twine. I'm going to grab one and then I'm going to double it up so I can make two. I'm going to sneak it under one of the pieces of twine, not pieces of yarn, because the yarn is it's thinner, so it might break. So I'm going to sneak it under a piece of twine and right under, and put this part in through the loop. And there you have it. Now you can hang it up. Isn't that neat, guys? I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something, and maybe now it won't be so daunting to try one of these fun crafts. Thank you very much, guys. Till next time.